Have you ever felt overwhelmed by life's endless demands, drowning in stress, and unable to find a moment of peace? You're not alone. Stress has become a constant companion for so many of us in today's fast-paced world. But here's the good news: finding calm amidst chaos isn't as hard as it may seem. In fact, with just 5 minutes of mindfulness a day, you can take a meaningful step toward reducing stress and reclaiming your inner peace. Mindfulness, rooted in Buddhist teachings, is the art of being fully present in the here and now. It's a simple but profound practice that enables us to pause, breathe, and focus, even when life feels like it's spiraling out of control. The best part? You don't need fancy tools, expensive retreats, or hours of your time to get started, just the willingness to give yourself a moment to reconnect with your mind and body. In this video, we'll explore 5 easy and practical mindfulness techniques inspired by Buddhist principles. These techniques are designed for everyone, regardless of age, lifestyle, or experience with meditation. Whether you're struggling with work stress, emotional tension, or the challenges of daily life, these methods will empower you to find clarity and balance. From mindful breathing to letting go of negativity, observing your thoughts, cultivating compassion, and creating harmony within yourself, each step we'll share is a building block for a calmer, more fulfilled life. By the end of this video, you'll have the tools to make mindfulness a seamless part of your everyday routine. So, if you're ready to take control of your stress and discover a path to inner peace, join us on this journey. Let's unlock the power of mindfulness together, one breath at a time. Your 5-minute transformation starts now. Thank you for spending these 5 mindful minutes with us. If you found these techniques helpful in reducing stress or bringing peace to your day, don't keep this wisdom to yourself. Give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends and family who might need a moment of calm in their lives too. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to join our growing community at Life Lessons. We're here to bring you more tips, insights, and inspiration to improve your life every single week. Let's walk the journey of mindfulness and inner peace together. 1. Mindfulness, practicing mindfulness to reduce stress. Stress often creeps into our lives without us even realizing it. It's like an invisible weight pressing down on our minds, making everything feel just a little harder, a little heavier. But mindfulness offers us a way out, a chance to step back, breathe, and reconnect with the present moment. In this section, we'll delve deep into mindfulness, exploring its simplicity, power, and how you can practice it in your everyday life to achieve inner peace. What is mindfulness? Mindfulness is the act of being fully present in the here and now. It sounds straightforward, but in practice, it requires a conscious effort to focus on the moment rather than dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. When we're mindful, we pay attention to our thoughts, emotions, and surroundings with curiosity and without judgment. This shift in focus is what helps us break free from the grip of stress and find clarity. The connection between mindfulness and stress relief. Why does mindfulness work so effectively against stress? The answer lies in how stress affects our minds and bodies. Stress often pulls us into a whirlwind of thoughts, self-doubt, worry, fear, that distract us from the present. It puts our bodies into fight or flight mode, releasing hormones like cortisol that can leave us feeling tense and drained. Mindfulness interrupts this cycle by grounding us in the present. By focusing on your breath, a sound, or even the sensation of your feet touching the floor, you signal to your brain that it's time to relax and reset. Simple ways to practice mindfulness. One of the most common mindfulness exercises is mindful breathing. To try it, simply sit in a comfortable position and focus on your breath. Notice how it feels as it enters your nose, fills your lungs, and leaves your body. If your mind starts to wander, which it inevitably will, gently bring it back to your breath. This exercise can be done in just a few minutes and is a powerful way to calm your mind. Another technique is body scanning. This involves mentally scanning your body, starting from your head and moving down to your toes. As you focus on each part of your body, observe any tension or discomfort. Breathe into these areas and imagine them relaxing. This practice not only helps you release physical tension but also improves your awareness of your body and its needs. For those who prefer a more interactive approach, mindful listening can be a wonderful exercise. Choose a sound, a piece of calming music or even the sound of nature, and listen intently. Notice the layers and textures of the sound. Pay attention to how it makes you feel. By immersing yourself in the act of listening, you give your mind a much-needed break from stress-inducing thoughts. The benefits of mindfulness. Practicing mindfulness regularly can lead to profound changes in your life. Not only does it reduce stress, but it also improves focus, enhances emotional regulation, and promotes better decision-making. Many people find that mindfulness helps them build stronger relationships, as it teaches them to listen and respond more thoughtfully. Over time, mindfulness can transform your perspective, making you more resilient and better equipped to handle challenges. Mindfulness and Buddhist wisdom. Mindfulness has deep roots in Buddhist teachings, where it is seen as a path to enlightenment and inner peace. Buddha emphasized the importance of being present, letting go of attachments, and observing thoughts without judgment, all principles that underpin modern mindfulness practices. By embracing these teachings, we not only reduce stress but also move closer to a life of harmony and balance. A gentle reminder. Remember, mindfulness is not about perfection. It's about progress and making an effort to connect with the present moment. Each time you practice mindfulness, you are taking a step toward a calmer, more centered you. Celebrate these small victories, and don't be discouraged if you find it challenging at first. Like any skill, mindfulness becomes easier with practice. In summary, mindfulness is a powerful tool for stress relief that is accessible to everyone. By committing just a few minutes a day to mindful practices like breathing, body scanning, or listening, you can transform your relationship with stress and build a foundation for inner peace. As we continue this journey through mindfulness and stress reduction, remember that the first step is always the hardest, but it is also the most rewarding. Your path to a calmer life begins here, in this moment. Let me know if you need further adjustments or expansions to this section. 2. Letting go, releasing stress to create space for happiness. Stress is an inevitable part of life, yet how we respond to it can shape our overall well-being. One of the core teachings in Buddhism emphasizes the power of letting go, which is all about releasing attachments, whether to material things, expectations, or even difficult emotions. In this section, we'll explore what it means to let go and how doing so can open the door to a calmer, more fulfilling life. What does letting go really mean? Letting go doesn't mean giving up or ignoring your responsibilities, it's quite the opposite. It's about accepting what you cannot control and choosing not to let negativity take hold of your mind. In Buddhist philosophy, this process is often linked to the idea of non-attachment. Non-attachment is not about detachment or indifference, it's about freeing yourself from the grip of unhealthy clinging to ideas, people, or outcomes. For example, imagine holding tightly to a rope. Your hand starts to hurt, but the harder you cling, the more painful it becomes. Letting go is like choosing to loosen that grip and allowing yourself to heal. Why letting go reduces stress? Stress often comes from our resistance to reality. We become stressed when things don't go as planned, when we face unexpected challenges, or when we feel we're not in control. Letting go allows us to break this cycle. By accepting situations as they are, without clinging to how we think they should be, we can reduce the mental and emotional pressure we place on ourselves. For instance, instead of worrying endlessly about a delayed flight, letting go means accepting the delay and finding a productive or enjoyable way to spend the extra time. This shift in perspective reduces frustration and helps preserve your peace of mind. Practical steps to let go. Letting go may sound abstract, but it can be practiced in very tangible ways. Here are a few simple techniques you can start using today. 1. Recognize and name your attachments. The first step is identifying what you're holding on to. Are you clinging to a past mistake, worrying about future outcomes, or feeling stuck on expectations of others? Once you recognize these attachments, name them. For example, say to yourself, I'm holding on to my frustration about my coworker's comment. Naming it helps you acknowledge the emotion without letting it dominate you. 2. Accept what you cannot control. Acceptance doesn't mean approval, it simply means acknowledging reality as it is. When you find yourself resisting a situation, pause and ask, is this within my control? If the answer is no, remind yourself that holding on to resistance only drains your energy. Letting go of control is an act of self-compassion. 3. Practice mindful breathing. Whenever you feel overwhelmed by stress or frustration, take a moment to focus on your breath. Breathe in deeply, imagining you're inhaling calm and peace. As you exhale, visualize letting go of tension or negative thoughts. This simple exercise helps ground you in the present moment and create space for a more balanced perspective. 4. Release through writing or speaking. Sometimes, holding on to emotions feels like carrying a heavy weight. Releasing this weight can be as simple as journaling your thoughts or sharing them with someone you trust. Pouring out your emotions gives you the clarity to let them go more easily. 5. Visualize letting go. Visualization is a powerful tool. Picture the thing you're struggling with as a physical object, perhaps a heavy stone. Now imagine placing that stone in a river and watching the current carry it away. This mental exercise reinforces the idea of release and can provide an immediate sense of relief. 6. Focus on gratitude. A great way to let go of negative emotions is to shift your focus to what you're grateful for. Gratitude reframes your perspective, reminding you of the positive aspects of your life. Instead of clinging to frustration, choose to celebrate small joys. The role of forgiveness. An essential part of letting go is forgiveness, not just of others but also of yourself. Holding on to resentment or guilt only keeps you anchored in the past, robbing you of the ability to fully experience the present. Forgiveness doesn't mean excusing harmful behavior, it means freeing yourself from the burden of anger and pain. By forgiving, you take a step toward emotional freedom and inner peace. Buddhist teachings on letting go. Buddha taught that suffering arises from attachment, and the way to overcome suffering is to let go. This principle is central to the Four Noble Truths and the practice of the Eightfold Path. According to Buddhist philosophy, clinging, whether to material possessions, relationships, or desires, creates a cycle of dissatisfaction. Letting go breaks this cycle and allows us to experience life more fully, with openness and contentment. Challenges and misconceptions. Letting go is not always easy. It's natural to feel resistance, especially if you've held on to something for a long time. You may also worry that letting go means losing control or giving up on your goals. But the truth is, letting go brings clarity and freedom, enabling you to focus on what truly matters. It's a practice that requires patience and self-compassion, but the rewards are well worth the effort. A gentle reminder. Letting go is not a one-time event, it's an ongoing practice. You may find yourself revisiting the same attachments or struggles multiple times, and that's okay. Each time you practice letting go, you're building a stronger foundation for peace and resilience. Be kind to yourself and celebrate the progress you make, no matter how small it may seem. 3. Observing thoughts, cultivating mental clarity through mindful awareness. Our thoughts are like clouds, they drift in and out, sometimes light and fluffy, other times dark and heavy. While we can't control their arrival, we can learn to observe them with intention, rather than being swept away by them. Buddhism teaches us the importance of mindful observation, a practice that allows us to understand our thoughts without becoming entangled in them. In this section, we'll explore how observing your thoughts can create mental clarity and reduce stress. Why observing thoughts is crucial. Many of us live on autopilot, unaware of how our thoughts shape our emotions, actions, and overall mental state. Stress often arises when we latch on to negative or unhelpful thoughts, allowing them to spiral out of control. For example, a single worry about work might lead to hours of rumination, turning a small concern into a major source of anxiety. Observing your thoughts helps interrupt this cycle. By noticing your thoughts as they arise, you gain the ability to pause, reflect, and respond intentionally, rather than react impulsively. What does observing thoughts look like? Observing thoughts is not about suppressing or judging them, it's about creating space to acknowledge them without attachment. Imagine standing by a river and watching leaves float downstream. Each leaf represents a thought, some might be pleasant, others troubling. Instead of grabbing the leaves or chasing them, you simply observe their journey. This visualization captures the essence of mindful observation, allowing thoughts to pass without clinging to or resisting them. How to practice observing your thoughts. Here are practical steps to cultivate mindful awareness of your thoughts. 1. Create a calm environment. Find a quiet space where you can sit comfortably without distractions. While this isn't always necessary for mindfulness, it can be helpful when you're starting out. 2. Focus on your breath. Begin with a few moments of mindful breathing to center yourself. Inhale deeply, exhale slowly, and allow your body to relax. 3. Notice your thoughts. Close your eyes and let your mind wander. As thoughts arise, observe them without trying to change or suppress them. For instance, if you think, "I'm feeling worried about my meeting tomorrow," acknowledge it by mentally labeling it as worry or future thinking. 4. Avoid judgment. It's natural for your mind to wander to both positive and negative thoughts. Instead of judging your thoughts or yourself, practice gentle curiosity. Ask, "What am I thinking right now? How does this thought make me feel?" 5. Practice detachment. As you observe your thoughts, remind yourself that they are not permanent or all-encompassing. A negative thought does not define who you are, it's simply a passing mental experience. 6. Return to your breath. If your thoughts become overwhelming, return to your breath as an anchor. It provides a steady point of focus to ground yourself. The benefits of observing thoughts. Mindful observation of your thoughts has transformative effects on your mental health and well-being. Reduces stress and anxiety. Observing your thoughts creates distance between you and your stressors, preventing overthinking and rumination. Enhances emotional awareness. By paying attention to your thoughts, you become more attuned to your emotions and triggers. This awareness allows you to address challenges more thoughtfully. Improves decision-making. Mindful observation helps you see situations with greater clarity, enabling you to make decisions based on reason rather than impulsive reactions. Builds resilience. Practicing detachment from negative thoughts strengthens your ability to handle adversity and bounce back from setbacks. Buddhist teachings on mindful observation. In Buddhism, the practice of observing thoughts aligns with the concept of right mindfulness from the Noble Eightfold Path. Right mindfulness involves cultivating awareness of your thoughts, emotions, and surroundings without attachment or judgment. Buddha taught that this practice leads to insight and liberation, as it helps us see the impermanent and interconnected nature of all things. By observing our thoughts, we begin to understand their transient nature and develop greater compassion for ourselves and others. Common challenges and how to overcome them. Observing your thoughts is simple in theory but can feel challenging in practice, especially if you're new to mindfulness. Here are some common obstacles and solutions. 1. Distracting thoughts. It's normal for your mind to wander. When this happens, gently redirect your focus back to your breath or the act of observation. 2. Self-judgment. You may find yourself judging your thoughts or feeling frustrated by their persistence. Remind yourself that mindfulness is a practice, not a performance. Progress is more important than perfection. 3. Emotional overwhelm. Some thoughts may evoke strong emotions. In these moments, focus on grounding techniques like deep breathing or body scanning to calm your mind. Integrating mindful observation into daily life. Mindful observation doesn't have to be confined to formal meditation sessions. You can practice it in everyday activities, such as while walking. Notice the sensations in your feet and legs as you walk. Observe your thoughts as they arise and let them pass like clouds in the sky. During conversations. Pay attention to your thoughts and emotions while listening or speaking. Notice how your inner dialogue influences your reactions. In quiet moments, take a few minutes during the day to pause and observe your thoughts. Whether you're waiting in line or relaxing at home, mindfulness can fit seamlessly into your routine. 4. Compassion, nurturing kindness for inner peace. Compassion is a fundamental teaching in Buddhism and an essential practice for achieving a life of peace and happiness. It goes beyond mere kindness or sympathy. It's the active desire to alleviate the suffering of others while cultivating love and understanding. In this part, we'll dive into the profound power of compassion and how it can transform not only your relationships with others but also your inner world. What is true compassion? Compassion is rooted in the recognition of our shared humanity. It acknowledges that everyone experiences pain, struggles, and challenges. While kindness might be a single act, compassion is a mindset and a way of being. It's about consistently extending empathy and support, even in difficult circumstances. True compassion also begins with yourself. Often, we are our harshest critics, holding on to guilt, shame, or feelings of inadequacy. Yet, Buddhism teaches that we must first be compassionate toward ourselves before we can fully extend it to others. Self-compassion allows us to heal and grow, making it easier to offer genuine care to those around us. Why compassion reduces stress? When we harbor resentment, anger, or judgment, it creates a heavy burden on our minds and hearts. These emotions act as barriers, preventing us from finding peace. Practicing compassion, however, melts away these barriers. By replacing negativity with understanding and forgiveness, we free ourselves from the stress and tension that come with holding on to grudges. For example, imagine a coworker says something that irritates you. Your initial reaction might be frustration or even anger. But if you approach the situation with compassion, you might recognize that they could be dealing with their own challenges, stress at home, a deadline they're worried about, or simply a bad day. This perspective not only diffuses your own negative emotions but also fosters a sense of connection and peace. Ways to cultivate compassion. Compassion can be practiced in simple, meaningful ways that fit into your daily life. Here are a few techniques to help you nurture this virtue. 1. Loving kindness meditation, metta. This is a powerful Buddhist practice for developing compassion. Close your eyes and silently repeat phrases like, "May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be free from suffering." Then extend these wishes to others, starting with loved ones, then acquaintances, and finally, even those you find challenging. 2. Listen without judgment. When someone shares their struggles, resist the urge to offer immediate advice or solutions. Instead, practice active listening. Being fully present for someone else is one of the most compassionate acts you can offer. 3. Perform small acts of kindness. Compassion doesn't always require grand gestures. A simple smile, holding the door open, or a kind word can brighten someone's day and remind you of the joy in giving. 4. Practice forgiveness. Let go of resentment and grudges. Forgiving doesn't mean condoning harmful actions. It means freeing yourself from the anger and pain they cause. 5. Reflect on common humanity. Remind yourself that everyone, including those who hurt or irritate you, is navigating their own struggles. This reflection fosters empathy and softens harsh judgments. How compassion transforms your inner world. When you practice compassion, you not only improve your relationships but also enhance your own well-being. Here's how compassion works within you. Reduces negative emotions. Compassion helps diminish anger, jealousy, and resentment, replacing them with understanding and patience. Strengthens emotional resilience. By focusing on empathy, you become better equipped to handle conflicts and challenges without becoming overwhelmed. Boosts mental clarity. Letting go of judgment and focusing on kindness clears mental clutter, making it easier to navigate life with a calm and focused mind. Fosters joy and gratitude. Compassion creates a positive feedback loop. The more you give, the more fulfillment and happiness you feel in return. Buddhist teachings on compassion. Compassion is central to Buddhist teachings, where it's seen as a source of true happiness and enlightenment. In the Mahayana tradition, the practice of compassion is closely tied to the concept of a bodhisattva, a person who vows to attain enlightenment not for their own sake but to help alleviate the suffering of all beings. This altruistic perspective reminds us that true peace comes from serving others with an open heart. Buddha himself emphasized the power of compassion in overcoming hatred and conflict. One of his most famous quotes states, "Hatred does not cease by hatred, but only by love. This is the eternal rule." This timeless wisdom reminds us that compassion is not just an ideal, it's a practical solution to the challenges of life. Overcoming challenges in practicing compassion. While compassion is a beautiful ideal, it can sometimes feel difficult to practice, especially when faced with people or situations that test your patience. Here are some ways to overcome common obstacles. 1. Compassion fatigue. Helping others constantly can be draining. Remember to set boundaries and practice self-care so you can replenish your energy. 2. Dealing with difficult people. Remind yourself that difficult behavior often stems from pain or insecurity. Practicing compassion doesn't mean tolerating harm, it means approaching situations with empathy while protecting your well-being. 3. Self-criticism. If you struggle with self-compassion, try treating yourself as you would a dear friend. Speak kindly to yourself and acknowledge your efforts, even when you fall short. 5. Harmony, cultivating balance for a peaceful life. Life is a delicate interplay of countless elements: work, relationships, personal aspirations, challenges, and finding harmony among them is a cornerstone of a fulfilling existence. In Buddhist philosophy, harmony is not just about external balance, it's about creating a sense of inner peace and alignment that guides your actions and decisions. In this final section, we'll explore the concept of harmony and offer practical ways to integrate it into your daily life. What is harmony? Harmony is the state of balance and interconnectedness that enables us to navigate life with ease and purpose. It involves recognizing the interplay between our thoughts, emotions, and actions, and aligning them with our values and goals. Harmony is not about perfection, it's about embracing both the highs and lows of life with grace and acceptance. Why harmony matters. When our lives are out of balance, stress and dissatisfaction often arise. Perhaps we're prioritizing work over family, neglecting self-care, or clinging to unrealistic expectations. These imbalances create tension, making it difficult to feel truly at peace. Cultivating harmony allows us to address these imbalances, creating a foundation for happiness and resilience. For example, imagine trying to balance a seesaw with uneven weights. It's constantly tipping, requiring extra effort to stabilize. In life, harmony means redistributing those weights, your time, energy, and focus, so that you can move forward without feeling overwhelmed. Practical steps to achieve harmony. Here are actionable steps you can take to create harmony in your life. 1. Align your actions with your values. Reflect on what matters most to you: family, health, creativity, spirituality, and ensure your daily choices support these priorities. For instance, if health is a core value, make time for exercise and nourishing meals. 2. Set boundaries. Harmony often requires saying no to demands that don't align with your priorities. Boundaries protect your time and energy, allowing you to focus on what truly matters. 3. Create a balanced routine. Divide your day into segments for work, rest, and play. A balanced routine helps prevent burnout and ensures you have time for all aspects of your life. 4. Practice mindful decision-making. Before taking on new responsibilities or making major choices, pause and ask yourself, does this align with my values and goals? This mindfulness prevents overcommitment and unnecessary stress. 5. Embrace flexibility. Life is unpredictable, and rigid plans can lead to frustration. Harmony involves adapting to change with an open mind and finding new ways to maintain balance. How inner harmony shapes your outer world. Achieving inner harmony, balancing your thoughts and emotions, has a profound impact on your relationships, work, and overall well-being. Improves relationships. When you're at peace with yourself, you bring calm and understanding to your interactions with others, fostering deeper connections. Enhances productivity. A harmonious mind is focused and clear, making it easier to tackle tasks and achieve goals without feeling overwhelmed. Strengthens resilience. Inner harmony helps you approach challenges with composure, enabling you to bounce back from setbacks with grace. Buddhist teachings on harmony. Harmony is a central theme in Buddhist philosophy, where it's seen as a path to enlightenment and liberation. Buddha emphasized the importance of balance in all aspects of life, whether through the middle way, avoiding extremes, or the concept of interdependence, recognizing the interconnectedness of all things. The principle of harmony also extends to relationships and communities. Buddhist teachings often highlight the value of compassion, understanding, and cooperation as essential for harmonious coexistence. By cultivating these qualities, we create environments that support mutual growth and peace. Overcoming challenges to harmony. Maintaining balance in life can feel daunting, especially when faced with competing demands or unexpected challenges. Here are some strategies to overcome common obstacles. 1. Identify areas of imbalance. Take time to reflect on your life and pinpoint where you feel out of harmony. Is work consuming too much of your energy? Are you neglecting self-care or meaningful relationships? Awareness is the first step to change. 2. Start small. Creating harmony doesn't require drastic changes. Begin with small adjustments, like dedicating 10 minutes a day to mindfulness or reconnecting with a loved one. 3. Seek support. Harmony is not achieved in isolation. Reach out to friends, family, or mentors who can offer guidance and encouragement. Integrating harmony into daily life. Harmony is not a destination, it's a practice. Here are ways to make it a natural part of your routine. Morning rituals. Start your day with a simple practice that aligns your mind and body, like meditation, journaling, or stretching. Mindful transitions. As you move between tasks or activities, take a moment to pause and reflect. This practice keeps you grounded and reduces the risk of feeling scattered. Evening reflection. Before bed, review your day and acknowledge areas where you achieved balance or faced challenges. Use this insight to make improvements tomorrow. A gentle reminder. Harmony doesn't mean eliminating stress or achieving perfect balance, it's about finding ways to navigate life's complexities with acceptance and grace. Each step you take toward harmony, no matter how small, contributes to your well-being and happiness. Conclusion: bringing mindfulness into your life. Thank you for joining us in this journey toward a calmer, more balanced life. We've explored 5 key principles rooted in Buddhist wisdom: mindfulness, letting go, observing thoughts, cultivating compassion, and embracing harmony. These teachings are simple yet profound, offering practical ways to reduce stress, gain clarity, and build inner peace. Now, the real transformation begins, not in theory, but in practice. Take a moment today to apply just one of these techniques. Whether it's a mindful breath, a compassionate act, or letting go of a negative thought, every small step you take brings you closer to the peace you deserve. If this video has helped you in any way, we'd love for you to like, share, and subscribe to our channel, Life Lessons. Your support allows us to continue creating valuable content to guide you on your path to growth and fulfillment. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you never miss new insights that can enrich your life. Most importantly, we invite you to be part of our community. Share your thoughts in the comments. What resonated with you the most? What mindfulness practice will you commit to today? Let's learn and grow together. Remember, peace isn't found in distant places, it's cultivated in the present moment. Your journey to a more mindful, fulfilling life starts right here, right now. See you in the next video.